don't want you to think of the summit of Mount Everest. I want you to think of teeny tiny base camp 1. If you had to get to just base camp 1 by doing one thing right now that you can do, what would it be? And nothing more. 2025 is looming, and I know for many of you right now it can feel like you are staring the barrel of a long dark tunnel that is 2025. And in today's episode on my Trauma and Narcissism Redefined podcast, I aim to change that so you feel like there is a light at the end of that tunnel. Hi everybody, my name is Caroline Strawson and I'm a trauma therapist and coach, helping you heal and thrive after trauma. And very often narcissistic abuse, I talk a lot about that because that is exactly what I have experienced, and I know firsthand how tough that can be. And we're on the 31st, this is the day the podcast has come out. You could be listening to it on Tuesday the 31st, or you could be listening to it after. But I want you to know you've probably just had your Christmas holidays, the festive time of the year where there could have been a lot of stuff that has come up for you. And you could be feeling raring to go moving into 2025. But for many of you, it can feel really, really heavy. It can feel like you're looking back at 2024 thinking, where the hell has that year just gone? And why am I feeling still rubbish? And I know what that feels like. You know, everyone else around you might be feeling really, really excited about moving into 2025, and it's just looming ahead where you feel like there's no hope, there's no light, and maybe the narcissist in your life is still trying to abuse you. Because very often, even when you split up from a narcissist, we call it post-separation abuse, the abuse escalates and it can feel even worse. And they will use special occasions like Christmas, like the holiday times, to really twist and try and manipulate and control you even more. So let's use this podcast as a reset button for you. Now, I've just hosted a check-in and chat, and I put together a number over the holidays. I've got another one actually in a couple of days. And if you want to come and join me, I've set up some free Zoom chats for everybody. I've called it check-in and chat, just so people don't feel alone, where you can come on camera or not, as the case may be, and join me on a Zoom meeting. And we've already had 4, but we do have another one on the 3rd of January. If you want to come and join, go and check out on my Facebook profile, and you'll see the Zoom link there, and you can come and join that. Make sure you come and follow me on Facebook, and I keep posting about them for you to come and join. And they're really great where you can ask me live questions. I do some somatic healing and some exercises just to give you some tools and tips of how to regulate your nervous system and to give an anchor point, because it could have felt really, really lonely for you over the holiday times too. So come and join me on that. But really today's episode is helping and supporting you to know that you're not on your own. You know, I'm sat here at home. If you're watching me on YouTube, you'll see I've still got some of the Christmas presents behind me from wrapping, or should I say bags. It takes me like 5 minutes to do all of mine. You know, everyone else in my family, they do these meticulous wrappings, and we all go into our respective rooms to go and wrap. And 10 minutes later, I walk out going, I'm done, because I go and buy the bags. And I know it's a bit of a cheat. But then I'll go and watch some rubbish romantic film on the TV while everybody else is wrapping. But the enjoyment is still there. It really is. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll probably see some boxes and Christmas bags behind me, because I'm sat at home in my study. I'm not in my offices at the moment. I'm home for the holidays. So I want you to know, as you look into 2025, that however dark it may look, so I want you to start to think about a different lens that you're looking at your life with. And that doesn't mean to say, sadly, I'm a fairy godmother and I'm just going to wave a wand and it's suddenly going to be okay. Remember, when we talk about trauma, trauma isn't an event. It's not a person. It's about what we feel inside of us as a result of a person or an event. So if you're dealing with some challenges in your life, are you dealing with them coming from a place of presence, coming from a place of nervous system regulation, or are you coming from a place of survival? And there are key differences here. If we're coming from a place of survival, then what we need to do is work on 2 things. The symptom management of those survival responses. How do we down-regulate our nervous system? And then the root cause of why our nervous system is dysregulated when we think of that event or the person. And that might mean anger comes up. That might mean we people please, we procrastinate, we go and drink a bottle of wine, we go and emotionally eat, we dissociate and we numb out. These protector parts of us only show up when we shift into a survival response. And the survival response comes from our interpretation of an event or a person we perceive to be dangerous. It's reminding of us of a core wound, and that core wound for us is usually things like I'm not good enough, I'm worthless, I'm unlovable, I don't matter, I'm not important. And as human beings, we're built for survival. So when we feel like this, everything is about us moving away from that sense of emotional pain, and that's why protector parts come up for us. So as we move into 2025, I want you to start to think about not these resolutions that pretty much get broken within the first couple of weeks. So forget resolutions. I'm not here to say, what are your New Year's resolutions? I want you to start to think about intentions, and I want you to break them down into really small bite-sized chunks. You know, trauma happens because too much, too quick, too fast things happen, and we start to feel that activation in our nervous system. And the same happens for many of us if we start to think, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to lose 2 stone and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. We're setting ourselves up for failure. I want you to start to set yourself up for success. If I said to you for the month of January, what one thing could you focus on for you, nobody else, for you, what could it be? Now, you immediately might start to go in, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm in this situation, I'm in that situation. And I hear you, I get it. However, I understand that I can't. What can you do? What can you do right now? One tiny thing. The problem that most of us do at this time of year is we think too big. It's like we're standing up saying, I need to get to the summit of Mount Everest, and it feels too much, so we do nothing. I don't want you to think of the summit of Mount Everest. I want you to think of teeny tiny base camp 1. If you had to get to just base camp 1 by doing one thing right now that you can do, what would it be? And nothing more. Set yourself up for success. Do not set yourself up for failure, which can actually be a survival response. Setting yourself up for failure, feeling all the feelings of cortisol in your body, I'm not good enough, because that's what your body knows. And your body will want to steer you towards that, because in some respects, it's a sense of survival and safety to stay feeling like that, because it's what's familiar. But we need to start to deviate away from that to build capacity in our nervous system. But the problem being is many people go too quick, too fast when they want to do that. And New Year is a massive time to be able to do that. And that's why people go too quick, too fast, and then they break any resolutions. So we're looking at an intention. What can you bring an awareness to bring intention of just one thing that you can do? And when you start to say things like you can't do stuff, I can't do that because of this, I want you to add the words for now at the end. FORNOW, for now. Because it is only for now. Because who knows, next month you could be doing it. The month after you could be doing it. But if you're saying I can't do that, your brain doesn't have a time scale of when that might be. You're basically saying, I can't do that forever. So just say for now, because when you say for now, you're also giving your body and brain hope that it can change, because it can change. It doesn't have to be a life sentence, but it starts to create the new neural pathways as we start to do one thing at a time. And I would start off by looking at that one thing that you can do for yourself right now and really start to build some habits into that. Self-care is not you being selfish, remember. It is an absolute necessity and an absolute priority. Even if you have children, you have to put yourself first because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So don't go too quick, too fast. Don't set yourself up for failure. Forget resolutions. One intention. And I'd love you to email me or drop me a message on Instagram and let me know what your intention is. And to help and support you with all of this, I'm going to be hosting a free masterclass workshop on Sunday the 12th of January. at 8 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific, taking you through the 3 essential stages to heal trauma after narcissistic abuse. So we're going to look at the adult self. We're going to look at that self-regulation. How do you navigate that nervous system to be able to navigate those emotions? Then we're going to look at self-healing. So that younger self, you know, those younger wounded parts of you that mean you ended up in these toxic narcissistic relationships. But I don't just want to take you back to going back to your humdrum life. I want you to thrive and flourish. And that's stepping into your higher self, really stepping into self-leadership. And how do we do that? So I'm going to be taking you through those 3 essential stages, because very often a lot of people miss one of them. And usually that is the childhood one. That's the younger self. And if you do that, and we're not working on those wound healings, then we're likely to attract another narcissist into our life. We're likely never going to reach your true potential that I know you are capable of getting to. And I would love to invite you to come onto this free masterclass, and the link to register will be in the show notes. And when you register, even if you can't join me live, because I'll answer any questions as well, if you can't join me live, do still register, because I'll send you the recording too. This is an essential, it's a must listen to workshop at the start of 2025 to set you up for success. So start with one intention. What can you do? Go and register. Even if that's your one intention, go and register. Make sure that you do, because let me help and support you in 2025. Don't make this another year where you're going to get to the end of it and think it's another year and I'm stuck and I'm still where I am. Let's get intentional together. Let me help and support you. Make sure you register for my free workshop, where I will go through the 3 essential stages of healing trauma after narcissistic abuse, so I can help and support you. And I do wish you a happy and healthy 2025, because it is possible. Trauma from narcissistic abuse does not have to be a life sentence. In fact, can be a catalyst for astronomical personal growth. How do I know that? Because that was me. And I sat in a place of blame and anger and upset and sadness for many, many, many years, until I took responsibility for my own healing. And I now know the essential stages and steps you need to take to actually start to truly heal and thrive after narcissistic abuse. And I want to help and support you as much as I possibly can to make 2025 your year. So stop saying one day you will start to heal. Let's make today day 1 that you will start to heal. Make sure you register. Send me what your intention is for January. And I'll really look forward to seeing you on my free workshop too. So take care, my friends. Look after yourself, and happy 2025. It can be with intention.